Welcome back. We are so glad, Heather and I are so glad that you tune in to this podcast on a fairly regular basis. We don't take it for granted. And thank you so much for those of you giving us feedback on how to improve and make things better. We really just want to take our experiences and share them with those who need them to get better for themselves, whether it be in this business, the insurance business that we're in, or whatever industry you happen to be in, or improving your family life, your marriage, whatever. However we can help, we hope that we're helping. That said, on Tuesday mornings, the Fitz Group gets together, our organization gets together for a weekly sales meeting. Been doing it for over 20 years. And we kick off the meeting. I kind of say, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Glad you're here. And then Heather always drops some sort of pearl of wisdom that I'm standing beside her and I'm floored by what she just said, because I don't remember her staying up all night the night before, really cramming and preparing. It's just so often something that's just so pure and so much from her heart that she's sharing with the team at the time. And I know a lot of our team tunes in on Tuesday mornings. We have a lot of our team that doesn't, because they have other meetings they're tuning into on Tuesday mornings. And then there's people watching these podcasts that aren't part of our organization at all. But occasionally that wisdom that she drops is just so special that while she's talking, I'm thinking, I got to cut this video. I gotta put it out there for the general public to see. And that's what you're going to see in this clip coming up. It is from our sales meeting on June 29th of 2021, and titled really, Everybody Needs Hope. And I think it's something that is few and far between. So many people are just starving for hope. Heather shares her thoughts on it and really confesses herself, her need for hope. But when she got done with that, we were in a live broadcast and we were getting chats like crazy of people saying, gosh, just listening to that right now just made me want to cry, or I just started crying, or thank you so much, Heather. So I just knew it was a particularly impactful message from my really particularly brilliant wife, and I wanted to share it with you. So without further ado, hey, now that you know, you know. Coming up, here's Heather.
Be reminded that we all have hope. I think that is such an important thing that we all need to be reminded of. We all benefit sometimes from someone reaching out, giving a little bit of a word of encouragement. We benefit from hearing from other people and their stories and the things that they've overcome. We benefit from just hearing and knowing the opportunities that are available to us. And this week we were doing some recording for our podcast, which I hope you guys are following and benefiting from. We would love to hear from you. We're really interested in things and topics that you would love to hear about. We will be happy to talk about those things. Just love to get any feedback that you may have of how we can help you more through that avenue of coming to you. But as we were talking this week, I don't even remember what topic we were talking about, but I make the comment of some people, when they come into this business, they are not successful simply because they have this belief inside of them that they've never really been successful at anything. So maybe they weren't a great student at school, or they weren't a great athlete, or maybe they were good, but just not good enough, right? Like so many people were so much better. Maybe they got out into the world and they hit some financial issues, or they've had broken relationships, and they look at their life and they see a string of failures, and then they enter a business like this, and they see themselves, they see the opportunity because they're smart people that have good, big vision, and they say, hey, I can go make a few dials and write some apps and make some money this way. But then they get started, and it ends up being a little harder than they thought, and all of a sudden it creeps into their mind of, well, you've never really been successful at anything. Why would you be successful at this? And I just want to tell you this morning, because I think that we all fight this battle at some level. Some people come into this business and they're coming off a string of successes, and they tend to be successful quickly. Some people experience and overcome and have success here, and that carries with them. But all of us are constantly battling in our minds this every day, this onslaught of, I'm not successful. I'm not good at that. I messed that up. And then we succumb to that thought process, and we allow the circumstances around us to reflect what we think. And when you come into a meeting like this morning, that's where we get reminded and we get challenged to start here with what we're thinking, to change what we're thinking and to work at it and get better at it and grow at it until what's happening around us reflects what we're thinking. So I don't know about you, but I need to hear that this morning. I need to remember that I can continue to think better, that there is always hope. You know, hope is really just simply the belief that, like, I'm still breathing. I can talk to you, which means I can actually encourage you this morning. See, that gives my life value. That gives me hope that I might stand here and might possibly encourage you to make one more dial this morning. That gives my life value and hope today. But we're also standing here together talking about an opportunity that is endless in the abilities to make money. And just because you haven't or didn't, or did at some point and then didn't, or did this week and you're just hoping and praying you will next week, whatever your result has been, this business will and is going to continue to produce an abundance of revenue. And you get to be a part of that if you will think that I am now a part of that. The insurance industry, I think, is like, I don't know the statistic, the wealthiest industry in like the entire world. The amount of money to be made is truly endless here. And I want you to begin to believe that and think that in here until it's happening out here. And the reality is most of us just aren't where we want to be because we're struggling a little too much with doubt and failure, and we're allowing it to occupy way too much mental space, and therefore it's occupying way too much reality in our life around us. And I don't know about you, but this morning I want to think different. I want a dose of hope. And I want to share that with you, that I believe in you and I encourage you. It does not matter what type of circumstances or failure you have faced in the past. In the past, you can and will be successful here if you stick to it. So here we go.
Wow.